right, this weekend Star Wars fans are getting a look into the life and times of young Han Solo. Pat's already ready.
I'm ready to go for that.
His tie says it all.
So Michael's gonna do Solo. Also, there are 4 iconic actresses who are starring in a new romantic comedy.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about Solo first.
Yes.
That's probably the bigger movie today. This is part of the Star Wars. I don't know how you. It's just a.
It's a Star Wars story.
It's a Star Wars story. That's
Yeah.
the best way to put it. Here, it's the origin story of iconic Han Solo. Here, he's played by Alden Ehrenreich, who we understand where he came from. We first meet him as a teenager, where he is in love with Emilia Clarke. Something happens, and they are pulled apart, and he joins the Empire Army. There you see Emilia Clarke, who's famous from Game of Thrones, and he hooks up with Woody Harrelson. He hooks up with a gang of space pirates where they have to find a certain fuel that's very rare that fuels these ships, and so they go on a heist to steal this fancy fuel. That's the best way to do it. There you see also you come to learn how he and Chewbacca meet and so on and so forth. And of course finally Donald Glover there as Lando Calrissian, who steals every scene he is in. He's fantastic, and you wish he was actually he has a lot in this movie, but you actually wish he had more because he is so good as this character. It was fascinating to see how they juggled in terms of trying to make Han Solo who he is. I felt a little sorry for the actor because he's filling the role that Harrison Ford made, that we all know and love. Although this young man did a fantastic job of doing the best he could to kind of give us a sense of Han Solo. This is an enjoyable movie. It's not the best Star Wars movie. It's sort of almost like a classic B-movie type. A lot of action, a lot of thrills, but it wasn't very inspiring, like, oh my gosh, this is the best I've ever seen. It was just a good, popcorn film that accomplishes what it set out to do, with a lot of backstory and fights there in big scenes and camaraderie, the things that you come to know and expect from the Star Wars film. So all in all, I did enjoy it. I give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Okay.
A good
Now,
film.
I got one question though. There's
Yes.
one scene where he's facing all these people, and he reached down to his side and pulled out a pistol. Is that like a reference to Indiana Jones?
No. It's more of a reference to the first Star Wars of who shot first, but I won't give that away because I don't want to spoil anything. So the next one to talk about
That's what I want to
is Book Club.
There we
this
go.
movie stars just an all-star cast with Arkansas Zone's Mary Steensberg. There you see her along with Candice Bergen, Diane Keaton, and of course Jane Fonda. These are 4 women in this movie who have been friends for 40 years and have a book club, and they decide to read 50 Shades of Grey. And of course, as they read that book, they reassess their own love lives. They're all in different stages. Mary Steensberg there is married to Craig T. Nelson, and their marriage is, after so long, is kind of a bit of a romantic slump. And then you have Diane Keaton kind of dealing with, going on dates with Andy Garcia, and Jane Fonda, of course. In some ways, it's like Sex in the City fast forward 40 years in terms of these characters almost fit nicely to what those Sex in the City characters were. Now the script and the material unfortunately is kind of subpar. However, I just adore all 4 of those actresses, and it makes up for any weaknesses. So I give this film an 8 out of 10 on the strength of these 4 actresses.
They carried it, huh?
They carried a weak script and kind of contrived plots, but I just think they're all fantastic.
You go see the movie for the people in it.
Exactly. So two good films to see this Memorial Day weekend.
Perfect. If it's too hot outside, go to the movies.
Exactly.
We'll be right back.